The Duke of Edinburgh is the world's leading youth achievement award, recognised by colleges, universities and employers. Currently, we have record numbers completing the Duke of Edinburgh, certainly across the UK. It's a wonderful opportunity for students, and perhaps the most well-known parts of the Duke of Edinburgh is the expedition, but the Duke of Edinburgh Bronze Award is much more than that. By participating in the Duke of Edinburgh Award Bronze, you will learn new skills, you will develop character strengths, you will get the chance to help others in your community, you will work in a team, and you will no doubt improve your independence along the way. There are 4 main sections of the Duke of Edinburgh programme. The first one, volunteering. Volunteering is simple. It's about choosing to give time to help people, the community or society, the environment or animals. Your volunteering must not be done for a business, but can be undertaken for a charity or not-for-profit organisation. Where your volunteering is in support of surplus generating work, for example a charity shop, then some local authorities may require a work permit. The charity you are volunteering with should be aware of this and support you as required. For your volunteering activity, you need to choose to give time to do something useful without getting paid, though there is an exception if you have certain expenses. You can also volunteer in a team, which might be an easier way to find an activity if you can identify a local need you can help with. Some ideas for volunteering for the volunteering section could be helping children to read in libraries, could be animal welfare, could be a charity intern or volunteering at a charity. It might be campaigning for a local need. It could involve helping out with road safety in your local area. There's a whole range of things that you can do for this section. The skills section, you need to choose an activity that will allow you to prove you've broadened your understanding and increased your expertise in your chosen skill. It should not be a physical activity, for example horse riding, as that would count towards your physical section. However, you could choose to learn about caring for horses. Some ideas for the skills section might be circus skills, it might be speech and drama, it might be playing in a band, it could include composing, DJing, electronics, learning about anatomy, it could be learning about money and finance as part of life skills, event planning, and a whole host of other skills that you could learn. The physical activity, you need to choose any sport, dance or fitness activity. In short, anything that requires a sustained level of energy and physical activity. For example, playing a sport regularly and showing personal improvement would count. However, learning to be a coach in the same sport would count for your skills section activity, while being a volunteer coach counts for volunteering. So you must ensure it's a physical activity that you are doing to show personal improvement. Some ideas for the physical section might include archery, might include kneeboarding that you do on the weekends, it might include regular football that you play, it could include mountain biking and anything else that you do that is physical and will have a way to show how you have improved. The final section is the expedition, and this is the part that we lead. We do use an external provider called E3 Adventures, who will provide us with a practice walk, learning how to put up our tent and giving a practice reading maps, and then you'll do it on your own whilst you are assessed. The volunteering, skill and physical sections are all young person led. In other words, this is up to you to organise. We simply check the evidence and submit it for assessment. The expedition is the part that we manage. Now, all of these timescales are either 3 or 6 months for the volunteering, skill and physical sections. So volunteering, skills and physical is a minimum of 3 months that you must consistently do or perform this activity. But one of these sections must actually be for 6 months. So you might choose to volunteer for 6 months and your skill and physical would be for 3 months. The expedition, as I said, we do one day, which is a practice walk, and then one weekend as our expedition, and these are both on the weekend, so you need to be prepared to attend those. At Warden Park, we pride ourselves on providing opportunities for students to develop their character. You do need to be committed to the Duke of Edinburgh Bronze Award. You need to conduct yourself responsibly because you are representing the school, be that at the volunteer organisation, be that when we're out on expedition. You do need to attend all the sessions, and I'll come on to how those work shortly. You need to be organised. 3 of the sections are led by you. So no one's going to be chasing you. You need to have the motivation and the organisation to stay on top of completing those 3 sections. And of course, whilst you're doing that, you will be developing your independence. So you need to be motivated to develop both your organisational skills and your independence. Now for some practical information. Unlike years previously, you won't be required to attend a weekly session. It is important to remember that the 3 sections, volunteering, skills and physical, are up to the student to lead and organise. And you will be required to check in on some Tuesdays throughout the year. This will depend upon your progress. The more independent you are and the more you're able to complete those sections, the less you'll need to check in. The other element of a Tuesday session will be the curriculum for the expedition. So this is things like the country code of conduct, the first aid required for an expedition, and map reading skills, for example. These dates will be published very shortly, and you need to be available to attend those. The expedition dates are also essential, so please do check the dates for both the practice walk and the expedition dates before committing to the Duke of Edinburgh. The dates will be available on the Duke of Edinburgh page shortly. There is a cost involved, but this covers everything with the exception of some kit that you'll require on the expedition. So this is things like registration on the ED platform, which is where we submit evidence. This includes the skilled expedition leaders that will guide us through our practice walk and the expedition, and they will assess you for your Duke of Edinburgh Bronze Award. This includes the cost of tents and stoves as well as the cost of campsites. Now, there is some kit which I mentioned. The sample kit list, we haven't finalised the kit list for next year yet, is also available on the website. And this will involve things like a rucksack and good walking shoes, for example. As I mentioned, there's quite strong character traits required, and the one certainly in the practice walk and the expedition is about you being respectful of others during those experiences. So we do get you to sign a code of conduct on acceptance to the course. Now, should you not meet our code of conduct, you do place your spot on the expedition in jeopardy. So what to do next? Visit the options website, check out the Duke of Edinburgh page, look at the 4 different areas and the potential activities that you can do. You do need to have an idea about those before you apply. Review the questions that you will have to answer on the How to Apply page, because you will need to provide some information about an idea for the volunteering section, a short statement about an idea for the skills section, and the same for the physical section. You'll also have to think about what you think will be the biggest challenges of the expedition element. So I do strongly advise you to draft those responses in perhaps a Google Doc before you then transfer them to the application form. You do apply online through the options website in the Twilight curriculum pages. So thanks for listening, and I look forward to working with you on the Duke of Edinburgh Bronze Award.